Bring me so much joy to find a competitor that is the same quality for a fraction of the price. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing about my new bike. It is the Yesoul G1 Elephant bike, and it has a 32-inch swivel screen on it, and it's actually a Peloton dupe, which I love, but it's a good dupe. It's not a cheap bike. It is a fraction of the price and has so many of the same features, which is why I love it. So this video is going to be around this bike and how I've been using it and incorporating it into my workout routine, and just it's a great way for me to have no excuses to be able to get my routine in. And this bike is only $499 right now. It's on sale. It's normally $1,000, but right now it's on sale, and I also have a discount code for you guys. But I'll go ahead and get into the details on this bike. This is an indoor cycling bike. When I first started working out, when my first child was young, I could not get on one of these stationary bikes and just discipline myself. I had to join a cycling class, and that's when I actually fell in love with cycling and couldn't believe how hard of a workout it was. I was sick of the treadmill. I was sick of trying to force myself to run. I'm not a natural runner, so I fell in love with cycling. As my family grew, it's very difficult to get to those cycling classes. Like right now I have a gym membership, and the cycling class is at 5:30 in the morning, which is great, but it's only a couple days a week and it's really hard to get to it. In my last house, I had a little workout area and I had a really nice treadmill. I bought a brand new $1,500 treadmill. It was the Yesoul, and I loved it. It was the best, great quality. I thought that anything that had to do with home equipment could not be under $1,500. So I used my treadmill all the time, every day, and then we moved into this smaller place. And I couldn't let it go. I still had to keep it. I would use it every day, but it was so loud. It would wake my son up and then interrupt my workout. So there was really only certain times of the day that I could use that treadmill, even though it was great. So I ended up selling the treadmill because I wasn't using it as much and it took up a lot of space, and I switched rooms. So I didn't have the space for it anymore. And I just figured that I wouldn't be able to have any more equipment at home and that I'd have to just go to the gym. I live in a small town, so the gyms, they close early. Planet Fitness, it closes at 7 p.m. sometimes. Realistically, it's actually hard to get to the gym. I have lost 100 pounds, and I will be talking about that in a future video for you guys. But I still have 50 pounds to lose, and I need to do that through cardio and weightlifting. For me, what works for me and my body, I have to do both to lose weight and build muscle and really just look more toned. So the two go hand in hand for me. And I was really struggling with getting my cardio in. Basically, there's a million barriers as to why we can't make it to the gym, right? I struggle with getting to the gym, having 2 memberships. So lo and behold, comes the Yesoul. I didn't believe that a $499 bike would work. I thought it was going to be a wobbly, you know, the bikes you get from the box stores and you put them together and they're just cheap, the cheap at-home equipment. I figured it was going to be that because, like I mentioned before, the Peloton bike is what, $2,500, and I paid at least $1,500 for my treadmill. So I didn't believe that any home equipment could be less than that and work. But this bike works. I'm gonna show you, I have to work out after this, so I'll just show you it, and then I have some clips of me using it, my husband using it, my son using it. My kids love this bike. My daughter gets up in the morning and uses it. I can't even hear her. It's amazing. We all are a little bit competitive, and we're trying to see who can go the furthest in the shortest amount of time. That's always fun. So about this bike, like I mentioned, this bike is on sale for $499. It has a 32-inch TV. and it is controlled by their fitness app. You download the app and it has multiple classes for spinning at different levels with different instructors. So if you don't like one instructor, then there's multiple instructors that you can choose from, which I like. And within those instructors are different classes that they are teaching, and you can follow them along. Sasha's one of my favorites. I like to do the class with him. I like that there are captions on the screen, so if you want to put in your headphones, you can. Because sometimes I don't really care for the music. Sometimes I just want to listen to my own thing, but I like to read what they're saying for when to turn up the volume, if that makes sense. If you all cycle, then you know. But sometimes I want to be involved in the class and hear them. So I really liked him. But there are other instructors on there that have great classes. And that's just for spinning. I love that there are multiple classes. My favorite is that they have yoga. And there are some really great yoga classes on there for beginners. I just ordered my mat. I've been doing my yoga on a blanket, but it works. And as you can see, I just have a little setup here. I got a mirror, some weights, my yoga block, and then in my fireplace, I have my bands, and now the bike. It works out perfectly in a very small area, and so that's probably my favorite thing, is that this bike is sturdy and nice to look at, and it's petite, but it can fit a larger person. They did a really good job on designing this bike, and the price just blows me away. For $4.99, it's unbelievable. There are so many people who are recommending certain bikes on Amazon, and in my opinion, they are the cheap at-home bikes that I refer to from the box stores. This one, to me, mimics as close as possible a Peloton bike without being super cheap. There are areas where obviously they could improve. I'm not going to say this is a Peloton bike because it's not, but it is, in my opinion, the next step down, and you're not missing much from the Peloton, if that makes sense. Not here to bash the other company. I think that's a great bike. When you are on a budget and you're raising a family, I really truthfully can't see myself spending such a high amount of money on a piece of equipment and not feeling the guilt to use it all the time, which for me takes the joy out of the whole journey and process of enjoying working out and eating healthy as a lifestyle. Whenever I put pressure on myself to use my memberships, go to certain classes because of how much money I'm spending or how much money I've spent, then it takes the fun out of it, it takes the joy out of it, and I believe it totally defeats the purpose of the journey. And for me, that's the way I am. If I were to spend $2,500 on a bike and then spend $50 a month on the app, I would feel the need to use that all the time, which can be a good thing. But in my journey, in order for me to maintain the weight I've lost and continue to lose weight, I know that I need options and I need to find the joy in it, or I will quit, because there's so many things in life that can make you miserable that you have to do. So I don't want working out to be one of them, because it is a joy. You just have to find the right joy for yourself. And for me, I love cycling. I can't always make the classes, and I cannot bring myself to pay the price of the other bikes. So this one really hit home for me, and I love this bike. So the package came so fast. So when I ordered, I was thinking, oh, I have time. I had bought some paint and painted this whole wall, which I'll show you in another video. I had to paint the whole thing because she was just too beautiful to sit in front of a chipped holy wall that needed painted. So I went ahead, Colt and I went ahead and painted it, and he assembled it for me. It was delivered so fast, within days. I want to say less than a week. I couldn't even believe it. I order off of Amazon anything, and in my area, it takes over a week to come. So I was not prepared for this bike to come so fast, and I'm glad it did. Especially like if you're going to make the purchase of this bike, you want the bike and you want it quick. So I was really shocked that it came as fast as it did. So shipping is good. The box came damage. That's always the case in my area, and everything was fine. The bike was packaged so well that it didn't phase. Like whenever I get packages, I don't know if it's just my area, but I think they're in a hurry and things get thrown around. And this was packaged beautifully, so there was no issues with that. My daughter and I had to both carry it up, and it is heavy. So if you have to go upstairs, it's a quality bike, so it's heavy. So if you have to go upstairs, then you're probably going to need help carrying it. It came in 2 parts. The bike came in one and the screen came in the other, and I love how they marked it fragile everywhere so people weren't throwing that one around. You definitely are going to need help carrying this, maybe. Most likely. It's pretty heavy. So the instructions were in there, and the instructions are really detailed and great, but it's pretty self-explanatory to where if I read the instructions, I was like, what? Colt put it together easily, and I have heard other reviews say that they didn't even need the instructions to put it together. More of the classes they have yoga, cardio, stretching, weightlifting. So I'm going to show you around the bike, but I just wanted to give you some of the pros and cons as to why I love this bike. So like I had mentioned, it does come with an app, and the app is $9.99 a month. So versus other competitors, their app is $50 a month. This is $9.99 a month, which is what I would like to pay for classes if I need classes. It is optional. You do not have to pay for their app, but basically the app controls the screen. Already a few times I have turned off the screen and just turned on YouTube on my TV. Did some of the classes on there to see how it worked out. Heard other people say that they prefer the Peloton app over this, so they go ahead and pay for that and use the bike with that app. So it's just a preference, you know. If you don't want to pay for the bike, but you love the instructors for Peloton, then go ahead and do that. That's great. For me, I really love the $9.99 price tag on that. Or I pay $10 a month for my Planet Fitness and $9.99 for this fitness app. That's still less than the competitor's app. Probably one of my favorite things is that my kids love to use this bike. I let my children use it. I have a son who really is into gaming and loves to game, and so we have to encourage him a lot to get out and play and exercise. And when he saw that this had a screen and that he could ride a virtual bike ride in a different country, he was just on it. Every morning he'll wake up and do a 30-minute bike ride. He loves to pick where he's at, and he's breaking a sweat. I love that this bike has on the bottom levelers. I know that some of you said that you live in mobile homes and the floor is a little, off. I love that they have that, because then you can put your bike level to your floor, and that way it doesn't move. It moves a tiny bit, like barely. And my husband and I both go hard on it, uphill, fast, and on very strong resistance, and it hardly moves at all. Another pro is obviously that it's pretty and that it's quiet. I was thinking as I was riding this bike, how loud my treadmill used to be. Even though my treadmill was top-notch, really good quality and sturdy, the belt, the fan, everything was still really loud about it. So when you're in a small house or you're working out in a time in which you don't want to wake up other members of your household, that creates a challenge. And sometimes, depending on what time of the year it is, you can't just go outside. It's not for everybody to go run out in negative 20-degree weather. And so the treadmill was really hard because it was loud. And I was thinking about other people who might be in the same situation, or even in apartments. I remember I could never have any workout equipment because I didn't want to disturb my neighbors. This is amazing because you can get a really great workout in, and it's quiet. You're not waking anybody up. If you're on a top floor, there's no loud noises. I really thought that was a pro, just how quiet it is. One of the cons, because it's not a perfect bike, is the app. It's Bluetooth, so sometimes it would cut out for me and factory reset. And I realized that when I was using my app and then I had another Bluetooth going on with my phone, which would be my watch and my earbuds, I was listening to Spotify and trying to toggle in and out of the app, it would mess with the connection. So I realized that if I want to listen to music, then I cannot use my phone and run the app at the same time. So for me, that's a con. I am working with customer service though, because they do believe there's a workaround for that. So I'll keep you guys posted, and I am going to talk about this bike in my weight loss video when I get to that. It has helped me a lot, and I love to wear my waist trainer with it while I'm using it, and I just sweat so much. Another thing, they have customer service line. They have a great return policy. They're always there to help with their support. So I thought that that was great. As a mom, raising a family on a budget, trying to save, I don't want to spend extra money where I don't have to, especially when everything in the world is just climbing. And we really have no control over how the prices are just rising, and we have to pay it. So anywhere that I can cut corners on paying, I will. It just brings me so much joy, and you all know if you followed me for a while, it does bring me so much joy to find a competitor that is the same quality for a fraction of the price with anything, food, workout equipment, clothing, it doesn't matter. I'm always trying to save money without compromising quality, because I do believe in paying for a brand if you're getting the quality. There are things out there where you just can't buy anything else. You have to get the brand because just how good it is. I am always so excited when I find a quality product that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I'm definitely going to keep you guys updated on this bike because I'm doing the different programs. I cannot believe how much I sweat using it. My husband comes home from work and he'll hop on. I love to just get on and ride while we're enjoying our TV show. But I'm just gonna show you this bike and what I love about it. Okay, so I'm just flipping it around. I took off my tripod, nothing fancy here. I just used my phone to record. But I wanted to show you guys the setup. I'm still redoing my living room, so make sure you are subscribed so you'll be able to see that. But as you guys know, if you've been following for a while, then you know we cut off half of our living room by adding a third bedroom. So it's really small. This house is less than 1,000 square feet. It's like 9 something. So I'm able to fit this in the living room without it feeling too crowded. I'll show you. I just have my mirror that I bought. I have to put it up still, but I plan on putting it up there. I got this mirror at Walmart for $50, but here you can see how the bike fits. And I have it pulled out away from the window right now because I'm getting ready to use it. Here's my little tiny workout area. Like, see you guys? And it fits here perfectly fine. I love this bike. It is so easy to move. You just push it on those wheels. Sometimes if I want it to be in the middle of my living room or if I need to move it back. And when I want it out of the way, I just push it a little bit closer and I just turn this like that. It's like out of my way. My favorite thing is the quality of the bike, really. It's just, I can't believe it for the price. But my second favorite thing is this screen. It's probably my first favorite too. I don't know. I can't really choose what my favorite thing is because I really do like this bike. But I'll turn it on here. It has a really nice screen. I haven't cleaned it. I should have cleaned this bike before recording. My kids have been all over this thing. It's really good quality. My son was on it and that's why it's lowered, but that's adjustable. I'll show you that. Turn it on from right here. There's a button to turn the screen on, and then it pops on. And then this is where you would just connect everything. has different languages. You see up top there, it says I need to connect to the internet. That's how you do it from your phone. And then it goes from there. So here is the cup holder. I like this because you can place your phone right here and you can have, you know, your water and something else, or you could have a book right here. Having the dual water holders is great because you can have like your headphones, just your towel, just all sorts of things. Lots of room up here, and then also this flat surface right here. And this is just cheap plastic. So some parts on this bike are like cheaper plastic, and I feel like that's where they've cut the corners to be able to make the bike what it is. But as far as the overall physical bike and the quality of it, it's amazing. Like, look at this wheel. I'm just blown away by how nice the wheel is. I mean, it's quality. It's not cheap plastic. I love that its logo is a unicorn. I love unicorns. I think unicorns are awesome. As you can see, it's just really nice. Here are the pedals. I like the pedals because you can adjust them to your feet, and it's really easy. You just pull it out and pull it when you're on top there, and it'll tighten it for you. My husband and my son always ride without shoes. I can't do that, but they can, and they have no problem using it without shoes, but it does fit. I wear a size 8 and I have wide feet. And my husband is like an 11, I believe, and both our feet are wide and they fit comfortably in the foot pedals. I remember that being a problem for me depending on what class I was at what gym. My feet would fall asleep on the bike, but for some reason I don't have that issue using this bike. I'm not sure why my foot would fall asleep. I feel like maybe it was being squeezed too hard by the foot pedals, not sure, but this is a really nice adjustable foot pedal for your feet. I think that the weights on the back are adorable. My kids, they're super light, so they're not really for me, but I do like that they come with the weights, so you can do their different programs that they offer on the app. I think that's great, and my kids love to just play with these weights. So here I have, the seat was a little loose, that's why it was wobbling, because you can move this forward and back, which I like because it does depend on how tall you are. So this is adjustable, and I love that. Here is where you adjust the height of your seat. I think that's as high as it can go. So that gets pretty high. That's too high for me. It will connect in and out right here to turn on the bike. And then when you're physically riding the bike, this little red knob is the resistance. So if you turn it to the left, it will lighten the load. If you turn it to the right, it makes your load heavier. It turns really nicely. And whenever you're turning the knob on the screen, it will tell you what percentage your resistance is at. I love that. The metrics on this bike is great. It will measure the cadence, the time, the distance, and all of that good stuff. Another really nice feature on this bike is the adjustable handlebars. I know that I always struggled with my short little pterodactyl arms when it came to a bike in the class. I could never, depending on what the bike was and what class I was in, I could never seem to find a comfortable position for my hands and resting. This handlebar to me is just amazing. I love it. There are so many different ways you can rest your hands, and they explain it in the classes and tell you where your hands should be, and they're really great. Especially Sasha, in my opinion, is really great at giving you the details if you're a newbie on cycling. Okay, so I'm out of breath. I only did a 20-minute workout, but when you follow what they say, you can really sweat in just a short amount of time. I just did 20 minutes because I have other things to do, but I just wanted to show you guys how out of breath I am. In another video, I will share when I use the yoga. I just wanted to wait until I had a yoga mat. Whew. I've been sweating. I can work out really hard on this bike in a short amount of time and just sweat. Okay, so you guys saw that did a little bit of cardio on the bike, and then I did some arms and a glute workout. So I highly recommend this bike. For $500, you really can't beat it. It's worth it. It's helping me reach my fitness goals, even though I have like a million obstacles preventing me from doing that. I really work hard every day to carve out a workout for me, no matter what it is, and I just love that this allows really no excuses for at home. Even if my internet were to be down for the day, there's no reason why I can't hop on this bike and work out. So I'm excited to continue to reach my goals with the help of this bike. Let me know down in the comments if you guys prefer cycling, what type of cardio you like to do. Don't forget, if you do plan on purchasing this bike, please use the discount code below so that way you can save more money. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more content around fitness, what I've done to lose weight and what I'm continuing to do to lose weight. I will try my best to share that with you all. Please drop a comment down below saying hello. Just remember that no matter where you're at in your fitness journey, all you have to do is get up and move. I hope you all love this bike as much as I do, and I will catch you in the next one.